In this video, I'm going to talk about how to pronounce 3 different letters in the Hmong language: the T, the D, and the R. Those aren't random. The reason I chose these 3 letters is because there's a trick when you learn the 3 of them together. There's a trick that helps to understand where to put the tongue so that you can remember and pronounce correctly each time all 3 of the letters. So we'll go over them in order, and hopefully it will become clear why it is we have these 3 letters together. All 3 of these letters have unique pronunciation, but especially the R, there's no equivalent. So this particularly helps in pronouncing correctly the letter R, which we'll get to last. So let's start with the T. As you can see, we have the image up here. Now the T is definitely not like the T in English. Just a reminder, this is a T without an H. A T and then a vowel afterwards. For this type of a T without an H, you would put your tongue against the back of your top front teeth. So you press your tongue. And if we were to do like T-O-V or just T-O, the T-O sound, you press your tongue against the back of your top front teeth and you make a thaw, thaw, thaw sound. And that's the T sound. So again, you press your tongue against the back of your top front teeth, and that's how you make that sound. Now compare that to the next image, which is the D. The D is just like the D in English. If you were to pronounce the word duck, for example, to make that D sound in duck, what you do is you press your tongue against that little gum ridge directly above your back front teeth. Directly above the back of your front teeth. So you take just where you started with the T, you move it up a little bit, and that little gum ridge, that's where you make the D sound. So if we were to do, in the example previous, we did T-O. If in this example we were to do D-O, it'd be pronounced da, da, just like the D in English. So compare that to the T, thaw, thaw, and then move your tongue up a little bit to that gum ridge, da, da, there's your D. Okay, so now let's compare that to the R. Well, the R, the only difference is that we move the tongue back even further. So the T is against the back of your top front teeth. To get the D, you move and press up, press just above that against that little gum ridge. Well, if you move your tongue up and back a bit further, you'll feel that it fits into a little pocket. Yep. You'll hopefully feel that it fits into just this kind of little pocket. Not the exact, like all the way up on the roof of your mouth, but just above that ridge. That is where you want to press against to make the R sound. So if you were to do R-O, just like we've done with T-O, D-O, if you were to do R-O, you would get daw, daw. And that sounds kind of like a DR almost in English. But again, there's no good exact equivalent. It's ultimately, it relies, or it depends on the fact that you put your tongue into the correct position to make that sound. So we have on the next slide, I have some drills, some pronunciation drills to help practice. So first, I'll go through them, and then I recommend you pause and try them yourselves based on the information, based on the tongue placement information. Hopefully you'll be able to tell the difference. So we have this line number 1. We're going to do T, D, and R. Line number 1 would be daw, daw, and then the D, daw, daw, and then the R, daw, daw. And now we have line number 2, T, toa, toa. The D, doa, doa. And the R, joa, joa. Finally, line number 3, tau, tau. The D, dau, dau. And the R, dau, dau. Okay, so perhaps pause and try yourself. So in conclusion, keep in mind tongue placement on all three of these letters, and hopefully over time you'll be able to differentiate and articulate those sounds so that it's obvious which is which. It'll help understand the pronunciation. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.